Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mindcrack server. My name is Cone Dodger and it is Monday. Don't forget that this week we are changing things up. It's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday Mindcrack schedule. That means that today nothing is really different. We're gonna go ramble and start working on the next part of the guano connection. Let's see, anything interesting happen on here over the weekend? I was on for a bit while Brian and Ryusuke were cracking. They were doing just heaps of work over there on the wheat farm, but also Brian went and made a witch farm, very close to the wheat farm. Actually, let's take a little meander over there. I want to see what the glowstone supplies are looking like. I do like glowstone. I typically like it more as the redstone lamps, I believe they're called. But I do like glowstone. Oh, what am I doing? I made this bridge specifically to not walk into that lava. And I was seriously about to try and walk into that lava. But no, yeah, the glowstone lamps are cool, or redstone lamps. But glowstone's neat too, and it's very good for landscape lighting, I find. It's great. It's great for I've become distracted now by the spruce trees. It's very good for. I'm totally distracted now. I know why this happened, but it just happened. Landscape lighting around like the pathways and such, because you can hide it a lot easier than you can torches. Getting glowstone, though, is pretty annoying. It usually involves being in the nether, and being in the nether is not fun. So, now that we have a witch farm over here, up and operational, I think the main reason Brian did it was to serve purpose for this, because, oh yeah, look at the progress, by the way. Absolutely insane. Because the farm has glowstone. Whoo! I popped out of that water in a fury. Uh, the farm has glowstone underneath of every end of basically where every one of those torches is, I believe. So need a lot of glowstone. Crazy progress though. Crazy progress. Okay. Well, now that my blood is pumping, let's walk over to the witch farm. I've seen witch farms before, but this one used a new mechanic in the game that I actually didn't know was a mechanic, and that is that mobs do not spawn on path blocks. So instead of having to clear out an area, remember when Doc did the exclusion zone? What was it called? It was called something on the Minecraft server where he flooded an entire area in order to make a farm like this. I think it was a witch farm that he did. Maybe it was a villager, but the same effect, where he flooded the lands to get rid of the mobs. Brian has gone through, and in his exclusion zone, he's pathed it. So that's a little bit more convenient. This is quite the thing that he has made over here, to be honest. It looks a bit desolate, doesn't it? Because this is not a biome. Like, this is not anything we ever see in Minecraft. So I guess it kind of reminds me of an acacia, of a savanna biome. But I don't know, it just looks a little bit more dry. Is dry the word? I think dry is the word. This, I believe, is a flower farm. I don't know how it works, but I know they're using it to get the blue flowers. And let's see, I think if we go in down here, and then, oh, I hear witches. They pop out right here. I don't really know where the witches spawn and what happens here, but I know that witches fall and witches die there. We'll see if we can catch one. Anything in there? Yep, quite a bit. Quite a bit. I'm just gonna liberate a few stacks of that. Maybe 4. That would give us a stack of glowstone. Boom! Nice. Yeah. Doesn't look like we're gonna have any. I hear one. Probably in the water. Probably like doing the scoot around. Huh. Well, Baron will be happy that I'm not recording every day on the Mindcrack server anymore, because he'll have more time to AFK here and get more glowstone and stuff. But that is the glowstone, or the witch farm. Lots of other supplies there. Sticks as well. I grabbed like a ton of sticks because it'll just be overrun with sticks. So, I mean, fencing just got cheaper. An interesting-ish topic there on farms in Minecraft, whether or not that's the enjoyable way to play or not. Personally, I'm for it because resource gathering is so labor-intensive for many things, and more than anything, it tends to be very world-wrecking. Like glowstone, for example, if I were to get the amount of glowstone required for that farm, the nether would just be naked for thousands and thousands of blocks away from where we are of all glowstone. And I realize it's the nether, and not a lot of people ever like go there and want to see it, but I still don't feel good like completely stripping an area of its resources. Maybe I have some kind of, is there a term for this? Like, in my mind, when you take good care of your like car, your work equipment or whatnot, you typically have mechanical sympathy. Is there a term like that for natural resource sympathy? I don't know. I try to be that way in real life, but I don't always succeed. I wish I could do better there. I wish I could do better at like living more sustainably. Is that the catchphrase anymore? Is that the in word to use for that? I don't know. But speaking of sustainable, this is a terrible segue. This is why I couldn't keep hosting Flob. I did use some of the glowstone around here, and I hid it underground under some leaves, in the grass and whatnot. There's some under there, just to give this particular area a little bit of lighting. Therefore, mobs won't be quite so prone to spawn here and fall on people's heads as they walk through here, because I didn't want that to be an issue. Also, I went ahead and continued this little river on down here, to where the pond used to be, and now it goes down to the main river. The main reason for that is it's a mob catch, so if mobs do try to run over here, they're going to get in the water stream and more likely be caught up in it and get out of here, or just be stopped. I don't know if it's super effective, but it's something, you know, it's an attempt. What else? Oh, while we were on here, I was kind of asking those two about lighting options for this, because I don't really like how muted all of the lighting is. I wish the water columns were bright and the rest of it were a bit darker. And we tried some things with the glowstone, but nothing really seemed to do much of anything. I guess there's just not really a way to light up water in a different level than you would light up the surrounding blocks. So yeah, it does light up the water, but it also lights up these stone bricks so much that it doesn't look any brighter. I don't know. But I was going to put these pickles back on here because it hides some of the glowstone, and glowstone, let's be honest, pretty ugly. What did I just hear? Is that pickle sounds? I don't know. Maybe it was pickle sounds. Is pickle sounds a word that I've ever, or a combination of words I've ever used before? I highly doubt it. I'm gonna need a lot more pickles though. We'll have to go over and say hello to our pond and get some more pickles. Perhaps once I sleep off the night. Alright, let's go pickle gathering. Lord Puffins, you're gonna be a problem. Oh, I didn't know they had 2 levels of puffin. Is there like a warning puff and then an attack puff? Is that what happens? Alright, well, let's see. Over there. I don't know how much damage. I don't know how much damage a pufferfish does. Whoopsie daisies. Well, that's in here now. Oops. Oh, I gotta get some of these pickles. They don't have any to grow. Stay away from Lord Puffins. Hey, Lord Puffins. Actually, you know what? That's a happy accident there. That looks a lot better. That looks really good. I'm very happy I accidentally did that. Get rid of some of them. No, that's great. Oh, that looks so much better. How did I never do that before? You know what I'm going to do? I think I have an extra coral somewhere. Just so we don't tempt fate with Lord Puffins there. Is it in the ender chest? Probably. Oh, I have fans, but I don't have... I have fans. I have fans, but I don't have any more coral, I don't think. In here, maybe? Aha, fire. Aha, fire. In fact, fire is not what we were looking for. Alright. Let's go somewhere safer to multiply our, our pickles. Pickle multiplication. There we go, that's a good spot. And yeah, that'll be better. This is calming and relaxing, right? This is the content that YouTube craves. This is what they want, right? Probably not. Okay, so anything else interesting happen? Not really. Whoops! Did it in the wrong order. Oh, I did it in the wrong order again. The weekend for me was mostly filled with... I keep doing that wrong. Pickle, bone mill, farm, pickle, bone mill, farm, pickle, bone mill, farm. The weekend was mostly filled with existential crisising. Dope. Mostly surrounding the whole housing situation. I just really went kind of over the top with looking for options and trying to figure out how to make a better situation happen. And I came up with one thing. There is one thing that I am 100% for sure doing. No question. Because I've already made purchases and things are in motion. I am begrudgingly and disappointingly leaving the attic, at least for now. There may come a point in the future, if my situation here persists for an extended amount of time, I will try to come back through here and redesign the Cone HQ attic office trademark. But for the time being, I am moving downstairs. Just gonna put a desk in my bedroom, and that will be the headquarters for now. The thought was there that it should be a lot more comfortable. For one, let's just go ahead and do all the now. For two, I'm a little bit concerned about some health issues. I've just been having an uptick, and it's been getting like exponentially, I don't want to say worse, but more noticeable. Been having more breathing troubles than I remember having in recent history. So I'm just a little bit concerned about the air quality issues. So made kind of a knee-jerk reaction there and decided to buy a desk and set up downstairs and blah, 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 blah. The main reason that I built the office up here is because when I moved here, there was multiple people living here. This was a full household, basically. Well, now it's just me and one other person that works, you know, a normal 8 to 5 kind of job. So the reason for me to be hiding up in the attic isn't quite as bad. Whoops. Did we kill that pickle? No, oh, they can be on the land. I didn't know that. Okay, well, I got way too many pickles. But that looks much better than just glowstone. But yeah, the reason that I didn't want to just sit up in my room before was there would have been somebody in the room right next to me, and that person would have been home all the time, and they were quite noisy and blah, 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 blah. It was just not a good situation. Well, now that that's kind of not an immediate problem, it seems like the wise thing for me to do would be to just set up down there and see if things improve. And like I said, if this situation persists, perhaps I can come up here and try to fix some of the attic office problems. Because I do like this area. I like having my own space to go to. The part of it that I really like the most is that I feel like I'm going to the office. It feels like I'm getting up, getting ready, starting my day, and then I head upstairs to get to work. In the past, I've just had my desk next to my bed and whatnot, and it doesn't always work that way, because I just, get up, sit on the computer, and browse the internet for 6 hours. So I gotta try to make sure I don't fall into that trap. But health comes first, I suppose. Someone's gonna get mad at me that I said I suppose. But yeah, hopefully that will improve things, and we'll see how it goes. It should be a lot more comfortable. Even though the summer is winding down, it's still been, there's an heat index of 107. 107 the other day. So, I mean, it's still been really bad up here. And the electric bill should go down because we're not trying to cool an attic space. So hopefully it'll be all good. That all kind of spurred the whole housing situation question back into existence, and I went spiraling into the budgeting thing again, where I just almost, I would say borderline obsessively was going through my budget and seeing, what options I had and how good or bad off I was. The situation that I figured out was, I basically, if things continued as they are, and if things continued to grow and everything was hunky-dory, I could basically afford to get a house in a place that is cone approved, which means out in the middle of nowhere, very far from society, and therefore quite cheap because nobody wants to live there, because nobody wants to have that kind of commute to work. It's a unique situation that I'm in, and it's a situation that I would be really happy with. I do like small towns versus big towns, and overall the living expenses in a small town are far less than, somewhere in town. So yeah, in combing over the numbers and everything, I got it in my head that yeah, that's something that's pretty doable. I could do that, and it would be, that next big step for me. That's the next big thing that I want to accomplish. So with that, I found options and things that seemed doable, and then kind of the reality of the situation hit, and that is that as a self-employed person, in the situation that I'm in, you really have to jump through a different set of hoops. So even though I think I could make it work, no bank in the world is going to ever approve me for anything. So even though it's disappointing, the realization of there's just no way that in the current situation I could get a place of my own, it was at least kind of reassuring that I'm at least headed in the right direction, at least the don't need to throw egg on me. At least the reality of the situation is that if I keep doing what I'm doing and I keep improving, and things keep, getting better, then maybe the option would be there in the future. So the problem is that the short-term stress has been high because I'm really trying to decide what I'm going to do here. The stress comes from the uncertainty. Like, basically the situation I'm in, I could be kicked to the curb at any moment because I have no lease. I'm just kind of here on a handshake, if you will, that kind of deal, and that could be over at any moment. So through, I don't know, just how I've kind of been working things out, what I kind of decided was that what I should do is just keep doing what I'm doing and just keep working towards having enough cushion that should that happen, I will have the ability to have some kind of temporary situation worked out. So basically what I want to do is keep working as hard as I can and just keep pushing through on the assumption that things are going to stay as they are right now, but keep working and striving towards having enough cushion, having a, like a savings, that if something goes wrong, then I can afford to figure out a different situation, whether that is renting somewhere, even though that is absolutely the last thing that I want to do. It's better than being out on the street. But if things don't go bad and things continue, trending upwards and things keep improving, and then I can prove my, credit worthiness and whatnot. Like, I have very good credit and stuff like that, but as a self-employed person, you have to prove the steadiness of your income and whatnot. You have to prove that, like, you're a safe enough client for somebody to loan you money, and that's a much bigger hoop to get through than a normal, working person. So the end goal would be to have a nice steady year or so, and getting somewhat to that point, and to have a savings account that I could, put towards, like, a down payment on something in the future. That's where I've kind of settled my brain into. And hopefully with the combination of the two things, moving the office and hopefully being comfortable there, and kind of just a decided upon goal in my head as to what I'm doing in the future. Sure, I'll just make these. That should be enough for me to stop stressing so much, because I have been stressing way too much about this problem. Whether or not that's actually going to happen or not, whether or not that will continue to be my thought process, I don't know. I hope so, because like I mentioned, I'm just really tired of stressing. really, really tired of stressing. I'm thinking of doing retaining wall here, kind of like we did over there. But it would only be where... Yeah, that doesn't look bad. It's very simple. It's almost too simple. It's a little ugly simple. I kind of want this to change. This is basically prototyping today. I don't even decided what I want to do. Boy, it is nice having good tools now, though. But yeah, to kind of wrap up that thought process, that's where I'm at, and we'll see. I mean, I think what was really getting to me was the worry, and like, it was just, I couldn't get it off the tip of my brain that, like, to ever have a stable life and ever have a comfortable situation, I would have to stop doing what I'm doing. So I'm trying to stop myself from thinking that way, because that's not a healthy thought process. That's not a happy brain place. So I'm going to more focus on this and doing everything I can to make the most of it until I can't. And if I can't, then that's a bridge that I'll have to cross another day. That's not something I need to be worrying about every day. So yeah, when I say it was a full existential crisis weekend, it really was. But feeling better. Maybe, what is it with weekends? It seems like weekends are always the time that stuff happens. Chickens, what are you doing? Why do you want to be in here so much? Okay, so what do I do with this? You think? Oh, I just had an idea. Hold on, hold on. Hold the phone. Wait, these still break kind of slow. What if it was like stadiumed? Okay, let's just do it on this side. So we already have stairs here. So the stairs would continue. Dope. All the way up. Now it's gonna be real oaky if I do that. And we've already had that discussion in the past where people don't like the over oakiness. Oh, but that looks... Oh, what if we did it like every... What if we did like a 2-block gap? So it would be like here, here, here. And it looks like it's supporting the land. Okay, but then in between there would be these. Oh, let's do it on the other side too. Oh, I'm feeling this. I don't know. I mean, I've had ideas like this in the past that I thought were amazing, but then they turned out awful. Like an attic office. Okay. And then this one actually doesn't do anything. But let's... Oh, okay, I'm already downstairs. Alright, and then it would be like this. Let's have a little transition here. Do I need the transition, really? Not really. I'll probably do the stone bricks right here, so it looks like it's that end. Yeah, that's a good idea. Do stone bricks right there and have it on me. I wish upon a star... Well, I had a whole nother stack of stars, actually. I do wish it was there as well. But I think as we continue this, that's gonna look good. So it would be 2 gap again, and then here to here. Let's see what it looks like further in. Okay, so that would be right. Okay, so I like the idea. I just don't know how I feel about the dirt being so exposed. So what if we combined ideas and did something more like that? And then the first layer here as well. Whoops. Knocked out too much dirt. It's getting dark. This episode's already way too long. But that's okay. That's okay. I like it. Plus you can escape. It looks like it's meant so that you can escape from here. The only thing I don't like is the dirt under these. This one I buried one and I think it looks better. But I might come up with some other ideas to put under there. Let's get the hell out of here because it's nighttime and we don't want to explode. But I think that's good. I think that's a good direction. I think that's gonna be a design we stick with. And it's using the same group of materials we were already using. Everything's great. Everything is awesome. I do want to look and see how this looks at night. Ah, yeah, see, that's great. You can't notice the torches. It just looks like it's lit thanks to, like, the tunnel and whatnot. It doesn't look like it's... Okay, well, apparently that didn't work because that zombie just completely avoided all of the things and came from a place that's not lit. Alright, so still more work to do there to make sure that's a safe place. But speaking of safe places, I think we did have a safe work day. No skeletons. No. This is dangerous. Okay, let's change the sign. Change to 3. Make it 3. Make it 3. Make it 3. Enter 3. No, not 2, 3. Safe. Okay. Well, thank you to anybody that's still here and managed to stick around through my crisis. Not really the crisis, I had already worked that out, but thank you for listening to my thoughts of the day. Do appreciate you. Do appreciate you a lot. If it wasn't for you, loyal viewers, I wouldn't be able to have such existential crisis thoughts. Right? Right. Alright, everybody, bye. See you Wednesday.